All right. LDWMMA City is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Comment Sports Show live. Okay, folks. You know, I sit back and I laugh. I laugh at people because people legit thought Chris Cyborg was in South Africa just taking a vacation, doing a mission trip. And I was telling people early on, I said, Chris Cyborg is not in South Africa just taking a vacation. Okay? When people become rich, they just don't take vacations, okay? There's a purpose. Because, see, rich people, they tend to care about time more so than money because they have money, okay? And I remember when I didn't have a whole lot. I didn't have a whole lot of money. I didn't have a lot of anything. All I cared about was making money. Well, now, I got my clientele up. I got a business. I got a rental property. And it's almost like, okay, so I have money. I have some money. So now, I think about time, and the more money I get, the more that I think about time. And I kind of figured that out. I'm like, okay, so Chris Cyborg was a multimillionaire, okay? And I'm thinking, what would she be doing over there in South Africa? And then I put two and two together. And I was telling people, you know what? She's over there wrestling. And, Africa, they got some of the best wrestlers in the whole world, okay? Africa is a wrestling mecca along with Russia. But she didn't go to Russia, she went to Africa. Chris Cyborg has been spending a great deal of time wrestling. Okay, and you can, and when I saw this countdown, this UFC countdown, Cyborg versus Spencer, the light bulb completely went off for me again 1,000 times, okay? And you can actually see some of Chris Cyborg's wrestling. It's there. She knows how to wrestle. She's on a whole nother level. And people just think that Felicia Spencer just going to take Chris to the ground and drag her down, and then that's it. Like Chris don't have any defense, don't have no wrestling, don't have no nothing. Okay? That's what people think. I think Chris Cyborg going to show us something on the ground. I think she's actually going to try to show us something on the ground. And, this is what I've been waiting. Because I want to silence all the critics that say Chris Cyborg can't wrestle. I want to silence people like Chael Sonnen with his old coconut pound up her ass, upside down pumpkin head. I want to silence that guy. Well, I guess the holes in Cyborg's game. I mean, God, geez. I mean, she can't wrestle. That's Chael Sonnen. Okay? Chael Sonnen a hater anyway, man. Nobody. Chael P. Sonnen is stupid. Okay? People think that Felicia Spencer's ground game is better than Cyborg's. They're going to be in for a rude awakening come this fight. Okay, people that legit think Felicia Spencer got a better ground game than Cyborg, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. Okay, they just are. Chris Cyborg, Don Madge, they've been working, man. Chris been putting in some serious work. And it's been serious. It's been intense. But she's been spending about 80% of her time wrestling. I wonder why. But you guys can answer that question. You know why. Okay, I think Chris is sick and tired of people saying that her wrestling isn't there. Because I watched the Felicia Spencer fights, man, and I fought Megan Anderson, and I'm going to tell you something, man. Megan Anderson could have finished that girl. She could have. If Megan really, really knew how to defend a takedown, Felicia Spencer would have been fooled. Well, we got one person who can defend a takedown, but if Chris Cyborg is taken down, she knows how to get back up. Okay, she understands how to get back up. I mean, Marlos Conan took her down, who's a black belt. She got up. Okay, so I'm not about to say that Chris Cyborg can't get up if Felicia takes her down. But for some reason, I don't know if this fight will even make it to the ground. Okay, I think Chris Cyborg is going to show some skill sets on display. And I think in this fight, she's not going to be emotional. And see, when you get an emotional Chris Cyborg, things don't work out well. Chris not going to be emotional. She's going to go in there. And, she's overly confident. Chris not doing a whole bunch of interviews, man. Like, Chris Cyborg has been damn near quiet. Now, you've been hearing from Felicia Spencer. They've been talking. They've been running their mouth. They've been talking. Felicia said, I'm going to stand in the pocket, and I'm going to bang with Cyborg. Really? She said this. She said she's going to stand in the pocket and beat Cyborg up in the pocket. So, I'm trying to figure out what planet she on, okay? If Felicia does that, she going down quickly. Felicia Spencer legit said, I'm going to stand in the pocket and bang with Cyborg. Or she said, I'm going to beat her up. Okay. Well, and when Felicia said it, it's almost like she didn't actually believe what the hell she was saying. Like, she didn't believe that she would do that. Felicia going to get cracked. That fight going to the ground. Okay? She get hit, she going to the ground. Like that's what she gonna try to do. Chris Cyborg, they're preparing heavily for Felicia Spencer. And see, people have been saying, well, I think Chris is looking past Spencer, and, she's looking right past Spencer. I don't think she is. I think Chris went over to Africa for the sole purpose. And I think she knew she was going to be fighting Spencer. Because Chris went to Africa quickly. I mean, she was over there, man. And so you got to think, man, Chris been over there for months, man, wrestling. And I hope, and I know that it's going to pay off. Like, she hasn't been doing a whole lot of stuff, man. She ain't been visible in the media like that. Chris Cyborg, she been working her ass off. And I think Chris feel like she got something to prove. I enjoyed the whole countdown. I enjoyed it. You got to see a little bit more into Felicia Spencer's background. You just got to see, and you get to see some of her fights. And, and I'm saying, if she strikes and she comes forward like she did in her Victor days, like she did against Pam Bam, or if she, strike and come forward like that, like she did against Megan Anderson, if she do that stuff, or the way she did it against Akila Ahmed, if she do that, man, it's going to be lights out. It's going to be lights out. It's going to be lights out, okay? And I like Felicia Spencer. I like her. But I think, though, in my opinion, I think that they're underestimating Chris Cyborg. And it's like almost like everybody now, it's like, these are wolves with blood in the water, or sharks with blood in the water. So Amanda Nunes go in there and knock out Cyborg. Now everybody and their mama like, man, okay, I can go in here and deal with Cyborg. All I got to do is do this. And, they having these things in their mind. But when they get into the octagon, it's different. I'm just telling y'all, when you step into the octagon with Cyborg, it's different. It's a whole nother ball game. It's a whole nother ball game. And it's going to be too much firepower. But I really feel like Spencer, they're underestimating Chris Cyborg's ground game. And it's almost like they're disregarding it, her and Seth Petruzzi. And then they playing this role like, well, just because Seth Petruzzi knocked out Kimbo Slice, oh, well, Felicia Spencer going to do the same thing. Wait a minute. See, we don't even know what was wrong with Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice been having heart problems. And I'm not trying to take it away from the man Victory, but Kimbo Slice done been in there with some heavy hitters, man. I'm talking about heavy hitters. And the shot that Seth Petruzzi hit him with, it don't even look like it was a debilitating shot. But, Kimbo Slice had been sick for a long time, man. This guy was going into the octagon sick, having cardiovascular problems, going in there and still fighting high-level fighters and beating some of those guys. So I don't know about that. And I think that they're giving Felicia, you got to give your fighter a sense of hope. But when your fighter begins to underestimate a person, it's the wrong move. See, just like people say, well, Chris underestimated Amanda Nunes. Okay, fair enough. I think they're underestimating Cyborg. I think they're doing it. And I believe it. I believe it, man. And you can hear it in Felicia's voice. Okay. But she can go on and think that all she want to. Okay. Guys, I'm willing to bet you that we're going to see wrestling on display. If we can't get the knockout, we're going to see Chris's wrestling. Okay. And what is Chael Sonnen going to say then? If Chris go down there and out wrestle Felicia Spencer, what is he going to say then? What is he going to say? My reaction to this is very good, I like the show. I like what they did. And you can tell that Chris Cyborg is at peace, man. She at peace. She's not stressing out. Like, she took a page, really out of just learning how to relax. And I think that's what she got out of Africa. She's wrestling and she's being very intense at a high level, but she's learning how to relax. That's what Cyborg's doing. And when you talk to her now, she don't have a care in the world. Like, she's not concerned about a lot of things. She's just relaxed. And that's a dangerous Chris Cyborg. The Cyborg that's not all amped up. The Cyborg that's just relaxed, chilling, ready to do war, ready to do damage. I think Felicia Spencer, they're in over their head. And I'm saying this now. Okay? Cyborg is going to win this fight. And she's going to do it by knockout. If Felicia Spencer is that bold, and if she chooses to do a Tito Ortiz, you remember Tito Ortiz tried to stand with Chuck Liddell? Felicia Spencer, say if she want to bang with Cyborg, if she do that, good night. Good night. It is what it is. That's just what it is. And I think Chris Cyborg knows what's on the line. Okay, she understands. This fight got to be brutal. She got to knock her out. Because Chris Cyborg wants the Nunes fight, and she wants that fight badly. I mean, that's the fight that she wants. She wants that fight, and I don't think she's going to let anybody stand in the way. Anybody. We'll see.